All right, Great Society Ministries, and in this video, it's going to be an introduction to an important subject that there was a YouTuber by the name of George Ortega. He really took on the task and tried to carry the cross, if you will, for excuse me, the belief that we have no free will. I'm also a proponent of this belief, and the reason, and this is why this is an introduction, because this is another one of those topics that is very multifaceted, multi-layered, comprehensive, and for lack of a better word to sum it all up, is a very deep topic. And that's a cliche word, but there's no other way that I guess maybe expansive. It's a huge topic, but it's a very important topic. And the reason I feel we have no free will is because so many things in our life. This is part of the reason, and again, this is the introduction, so bear with me. One of the major reasons we have no free will is because we everything is connected in a causal chain. So, for example, there's no event that is outside of a prior event creating it, or a cause. Nothing is uncaused in existence, to my knowledge, in this physical universe. So, for example, one of and that's part of the reason many people are theist or deist, is because we all, well, most people, I can't say all because obviously they're atheists, but most people feel, especially once you step outside of the realm of religious dogma, most people feel that there is a first cause, something created everything. So even those who've accepted the Big Bang as the event that's responsible for the creation of the universe, they tend to think, well, if that was the case, what caused the Big Bang? Which it's just very interesting, and again, this causality can't be understated. And George Ortega did a good job of dealing with causality a lot, but I just want to reiterate it because he really, it's sad. That was one of my favorite YouTubers, but he really has quit. He actually said he was going to devote his time to promoting veganism. It's really unfortunate because his work on no free will is to me it was a paramount, but I think he got frustrated because most people were not getting his message, and he wasn't gaining a lot of popularity and a lot of traction. But this is a hard subject for people to cope with, but it's again, it's an important subject because there is no free will. um, we're we're responsible. Our being here in existence is because of an original causal chain. Actually, I should say, is a better way to put it. And besides that, I mean, just look at our lives. We're not responsible for being conceived, but that's not left up to us. We're conceived. We're born. The type of parents we're born to, we don't have any choice over that. The DNA we inherit from said parents, we don't have any choice over that. And all these factors is what makes this situation that we're in, this determinism, this no free will, this fate, is that's all a part of it. In religious traditions, so for example, in Islam, most of the schools of thought in Islam, uh, they may or may not be able to cope with this, but if you read their doctrine, none of them believe in free will. Because here's a concession that people who are proponents of free will try to make, is that we have a limited free will. Yes, there are some events that we're not responsible for, but we do have options when it comes to our choices. And that's not true as well, because what I learned from George Ortega, and a good way of refuting that, is to say that we always do the best we can with the knowledge that we have at the time, the knowledge and the capability, like what we can do at the time. A good example of that would be if my friend needed to borrow $1,000 to pay his rent, but I only had 800, and I give them that. But it's short. I did the best that. That's a bad example, but there's an example of that of wanting or having the will to want to help, but not being able to. But then also, sometimes we lack knowledge. Many of us would say we have these events in life that we would wish that we could alter, we could take back, but at the time we didn't know. So, for example, you may have had a bad experience with someone in your personal life, whether that be a friend or a romantic relationship, and you wish that you either didn't, a certain event didn't happen, or you never met the person in the first place, but you didn't know that, and had you known. So we do the best we can with the limited knowledge and ability we have. And think I may cut this video here. I'm trying to think of if this is a good introduction. Oh, more religious examples before I go. You had the in Christianity, the Calvinists, they're determinists. They didn't believe in free will either, and they believed that you either blessed, or you either going to be blessed in heaven, or you were condemned. And I know for Islam, there's a concept called a qadr, I believe it's called in Arabic, where there's a fate. But then also within the Quran itself, it actually says there's a certain period in the year where Allah decrees what's going to happen to each and every one of us and everything, annually. And that's also a problem for religious groups, is because most religions believe that God is all-knowing. So if God is all-knowing, he would have to know what's going to happen next. And, how could he know what was going to happen next if it wasn't already pre-planned, preordained? It's just so many examples I could go over now, but I think in order to flesh this topic out in depth, it'll take. I'm going to take up Ortega's burden and try to prove once and for all. Well, part of what I'll do with this channel is prove that there's no free will, and or to the best of my ability, because there'll be, and I'm prepared to accept that, because even that is determined. Greek philosopher Epicurus said, for those, because he was a proponent of free will, and he said that, and he's right about this. He said people who don't believe in free will should accept the people who believe in free will, because even that's in their ideology and in their rhetoric, it's determined that there's going to be people who don't believe in free will, and I agree with Epicurus. So, in other words, free will proponents have to be accepted by the determinists, because even that's a part of this whole causal chain. But I think that's a good place to stop. And again, we'll pick this topic back up, because this will be an ongoing discussion. And I want to thank George Ortega for the work that he did in the past. And I hope to be able to follow in his footsteps, because I've always felt that this. I've deep down, I've always felt this. So, but we'll stop here. And have a great day, evening, or morning, whenever you watch this, and let's hope fate is kind to us. Well, the good people, that is, at least. That's it for now.